So both me and Ryan are both 90s babies, which means we have 4 decades worth of horror films to go between. We're going to give you some of our favourites from each of the 4 decades. We might want to hear what you say as well. My name is Ben.
My name's Ryan.
And this is Talk Scary to Me.
What's up, brother?
Hello, how are we doing?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Quiet week. Nothing happened.
Yeah, it's a good one. He's only saying that because it has been Mr. Ryan J. Keen's birthday this past week. So everyone wish him a happy birthday in the comments. Let's all sing together. Happy birthday. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that over here.
You haven't
How
even got me a
was
fucking...
it?
Well, you haven't got me a present, so sad. So there's that.
It got lost in the mail.
Did it? Fuck. Yeah, I'm 31. It feels no different than it did last week. So
Yep.
no one gifted me a new meniscus for my birthday. So I'm quite sad about that.
Oh, that is what got lost in the mail, unfortunately.
Yeah, how's things with you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Obviously, it's been a massive week of cinema. Away from horror, The Odyssey came out this past week, so that has just been on everyone's minds.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we've been away for a couple of weeks. Other than this week, we've both been a little bit busy, and we have had a corrupt episode, unfortunately. But,
oh shit, yeah, we should probably talk about that at some point, because there's a certain person who was in the episode who is not very happy with me.
And it's all because of a cat that the episode got corrupted.
Yeah, and that will all be explained in a couple of weeks when we get it re-recorded. Yes. But it's not something that I want to edit right now because it's not a proud moment of mine. But we'll get there. But like you said in the intro, we're 90s kids. So we've got to see, 4 decades. Well, yeah, 4 decades of horror films. So today, we're going to just quickly going to discuss. We're not going to go in depth in each of the films because otherwise this episode is going to be 400 hours long. But we've each got 3, and I'm not editing it. We've each got 3 films from each decade, and I have a feeling we're going to agree on a couple.
Yep.
So I'm going to let you, Benjamin, kick us off with your top 3 films from the 1990s.
Okay, so like you said, we are discussing 3 films from each of the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 20s. These aren't necessarily going to be our favourite horror films, but ones that we'd like to maybe shine a bit of light on or talk about.
I've definitely gone down the route of these are my favourites. So they're not ones that I think are acclaimed. They're not. Actually, I mean, to be fair, particularly in the 90s, there's the ones that I've picked are probably the most well known, but they're also my favourite ones.
Okay, to be honest, I think the ones from the 90s might be my favourite ones, but then from there, I just tried to choose some fun ones. So, do you want me to do all 3 of my 90s ones?
Let's hear all 3.
Okay, so kicking off with very much a classic is The Silence of the Lambs. Brilliant performance from Anthony Hopkins, one of the most quotable horror lines of all time. And the fact that he got an Oscar from that performance for literally having minutes worth of screen time is incredible.
Yeah, we talk recently about horror getting snubbed at the Oscars. Everyone brings up Toni Collette for Hereditary.
Yep.
Whether or not I think it was the best performance of the year, even horror aside. So yeah, she should have got it. But for Hopkins to get the Oscar nod is for a horror film is fucking mental, and he's in it for 90 seconds or something stupid.
Yeah, it is mental, but that is number 3. Second, I'm going to go for Army of Darkness. Very in the scene at the moment with Evil Dead. Army of Darkness is just so much fun, so wacky. I love Ash Williams as a character, and this one really just, Sam Raimi just took the reins off and was like, fuck it, we're going to go back in time and fight Deadites.
I think you've mentioned Ash Williams in the majority of episodes of this, even when we're not talking about Evil Dead. That's got to be like, I think you've mentioned Ash Williams in more episodes than you haven't, which is a bit mad.
He's the GOAT. Next episode is about Ash Williams. And number one, again, another quite wacky, quite out there film, but I have gone for From Dusk Till Dawn.
Just criminally underrated, I think.
It's so good.
It's just, so when we said like about films not being like acclaimed, but we enjoy them, favorite doesn't always mean best.
No.
And best doesn't always mean favorite. You know, Dusk Till Dawn is not a perfect film, but fuck me, it's a good time.
Oh man,
I love
the way that it just switches up from it being like a bit of a heist thriller film with George Clooney, Tarantino taking Harvey Keitel, to when the vampires first start making an appearance, and then the film just completely goes off the rails from there. I remember watching this again when I was way too young, thinking, oh my god, this film is mad as fucking pants.
It's bonkers, and to be fair, like it's got God personified in it in Salma Hayek. It is
probably the best I think anyone has ever looked in a film ever.
Yeah, I forgot words then. So your top three.
Yes.
Class, man. I like it. Like I said, we've both got Silence of the Lambs. I think
to be in there.
Dude, it's about as well done as any horror film of all time.
Yeah.
So that was my number three. My number two is the best found footage film of all time, is Blair Witch Project. I'm a big, big lover of this film, and with a few of these that I've actually put on this list, they're actually kind of horror films that I watched at a much younger age, particularly with the 90s and the 2000s. This would have probably been one of the first horror films I saw, maybe like 12, 13 years old, maybe 11. Yeah. I just think I feel like we've spoken about Blair Witch before, but it's for such a, for the budget of a tenner and with 3 actors in the whole thing, I think it's amazing and one of the most iconic endings of horror history.
Yeah. They had a tenner and a dream and they made it work somehow.
They're my number one, and I think it may well be the best horror film of all time. That is Scream.
Oh yes, of course it was going to be in there.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you didn't say it because you're just obsessed with Ash Williams. But I think Scream is about as perfect as a horror film as it can get when you're on the kind of side of horror where you have the comedy in. Because everything's just so fucking well done. You've got this amazing cast. Lillard, Ulrich, just kill it as the gay villains, and then you've got my favorite person in the world, Rose McGowan, in it, and it's just, I think, the perfect horror film.
And how meta it is as well. How they go into horror lore within the film as well.
Dude, it's well ahead of its time as well, and it really revived the kind of slasher genre as well, and I think in terms of my 90s films, this is the best one. It's my favorite anyway. But we're going to move on to the 2000s. So this is the era of nu metal, the era of green films, and do you know what? I'll kick us off.
Go for it.
So my number 3 from the 2000s is a film called Dead Silence.
I know of Dead Silence, about the puppets.
The puppets. Have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
Okay, you have. Good. So this would have been, so when I said about Blair Witch, this is another one that I saw at a very young age. I remember we rented it for a sleepover at my friend's house. And
come on.
It was class, man. I watched it a couple of years ago. And you know what? I think it's fun, man. Like, and it's from the guys that did Saw as well. And it's just a fun, campy time. Like, it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's just fun.
Literally, when I was looking through the list of 2000s horror films, so from 2000 all the way up to 2010, I couldn't believe how many, like you say, fun, campy, like they pumped them out in the early 2000s.
Absolutely. My number 2, while we're on the subject of fun horror films. Now, if you ask me most days what my favorite film of all time is, if I could only watch one film for the rest of my life, what would it be? It would be this film.
Okay.
And that is Zombieland.
Wow, okay. Bit of Woody Harrelson in there.
Dude, I absolutely fucking adore this film.
Yeah.
So much. I think it's got an absolutely monster cast in it. The storytelling and the pacing is actually unbelievably good. And Harrelson is fucking class in this film.
I think the thing that sticks out to me for this film, I remember going to see it at the cinema, is it's grounded in realism about how he has these rules to survive, and it's lots of like tropes with zombie films about like having your car unlocked and having good stamina and double tapping by shooting them twice. Yeah. I loved how it was a bit grounded in realism that way, but also the opening credits with For Whom the Bell Tolls playing is fucking amazing.
Arguably the best credits of all time. It's just so much fun.
Dude, it's so good.
And to be honest, like looking down my list, I think this is the last one that is just outright fun.
Yeah.
And also, this film introduced me to Emma Stone, which changed my life as a 12-year-old boy. But my number 1 is because me and Mel are doing a rewatch of the series at the minute. And my number 1 from the 2000s is Saw.
Oh, brilliant pick, obviously.
Bracket Saw 2, bracket Saw 3. If I'm going to pick one, the first one is just so fucking good. I mean, out of the original 3, I'd argue that maybe the second one with the nerve gas house is the best. But
in the house, yeah,
but I mean, just in general, it's got to be Saw. It's my favorite, not even horror franchise. It's my favorite franchise of all time.
Yeah, I remember back when that film got released in the mid-2000s, and everyone thinking, what the fuck? Whoever came up with this film is mental. They must be a psycho. People couldn't believe that this could even be a concept of a film. And probably still to this day, with one of the best twists in a horror film ever, where John Kramer just stands up at the end and goes, "Game over," and just closes the door. It's iconic. It really is.
Yeah, like and I love how, especially those first 3, first 4 actually, they've all got a twist of some point, and that's kind of the first 4 anyway work really well. But that's my 3: so Dead Silence, Zombieland, and Saw.
Yeah, great picks.
Give me your 2000s horror films.
Okay, so first up, I'm going with a film called Stay Alive. Have you ever heard of it or seen it?
I've never heard of this film.
Okay, so Stay Alive. It stars Frankie Muniz. You know, Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle.
What? NASCAR driver Frankie Muniz.
Yes, and it is a film about a horror video game that a group of friends pick up and play.
Yeah.
But when you die in the game, you die in real life in the way that you died in the game.
Okay, yeah, so I'm looking at it now. I've never heard of this.
I had it on a dodgy DVD back in the day. I remember me and my brother watching it.
Yeah.
And obviously having the gaming aspect to it, because it's like an immersive game where, you know, you had to read stuff out and you customize your character and stuff like that. I remember being shit scared of this, but also thinking how cool of a concept to do a horror game that you then had to survive in real life as well.
That's really cool. Yeah, I'm reading about it now. It sounds a lot of fun, man. I like it.
Yeah, it's good. It's got some like hidden gems of cast. Yeah.
Who else we got in it? John Foster, Frankie Muniz. Okay.
Adam Goldberg.
Yeah, Adam Goldberg's in it. Okay, sick, man. I love that. I can't believe I've never heard of this. So Stay Alive's your number 3. What's your number 2?
Yes. Number 2, I've gone for a stop motion film, which is Coraline.
That's a belter of a shout.
Coraline.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Other Mother is one of the scariest characters in a stop motion film ever. Her buttoned eyes are like imprinted into my brain, and I just love stop motion films. I think they're so clever. And Coraline is just one of those ones that is a bit more grown up for like what it actually is, and holds up still to this day.
Yeah, I was kind of under the impression that it's kind of like a kids' film, isn't it? I have seen it, but not for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure it's only a PG. I don't think it's a 12A.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, when you get into the other mother's world and she goes through into that universe, it genuinely is creepy, even now.
A fucking French and Saunders are in it. What? The Vicar of Dibley's in it. Dakota Fanning, what a cast.
Yeah, so it's a fantastic film.
That's one of the ones. Like I think as well. It's one of those things. It's very much like a Ghostface sort of thing, where like even if you haven't seen it, you know who these characters are because the imagery. 100%. The imagery is so distinct. Like I've seen the button eye thing, and it's fucking weird as shit, man. I like it.
That's so crazy,
dude. Fucking good shout, man. I like it. So you're gonna probably name another film that I've seen once for number 1. What is it?
So my last film is Wreck, the original Spanish horror film.
That was, what did it get remade as? Quarantine?
Quarantine, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So we watched Wreck not even that long ago.
Okay.
What a fucking film. Like it's...
Mate.
How funny is it we both put found footage films in our top 3 for different decades?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Wreck is really underrated. Really underrated.
I love the way that, like you say, it's found footage because it's about a news reporter who goes in with like a quarantine team into an apartment building
and then gets stuck in it.
Some of the worst or like some of the best jump scares in it. The way it makes you feel so compact and tight because it's all in one area and it is scary as fuck.
Yeah, what I like about because it is a very, as well as being like an atmospheric movie, it is jumpy and it's unsettling. But like I didn't find the jump scares to be cheap. I didn't find them to be unwarranted. They just work, man. And like the endings, class as well. Like
it's a good take on like a zombie infected film, you know.
It's really solid, and it is. So funny thing is, I saw Quarantine before I saw Wreck. Because I think Quarantine would have been maybe late 2000s. Because
Wreck's 2007, I think. 2006,
so Wreck was 2007, which means Quarantine, American remake. It was the year after. So I remember seeing. So Quarantine would have been another one of those like sleepover films that you have with the boys. And I remember I thought that was scary enough to like a 13-year-old kid. So when we watched Wreck, I was like, Wreck is miles better.
100% it is. So it's probably the first Spanish-speaking film I ever watched as well. Yeah, but really good. Some good picks in the 2000s.
Yeah, dude. So like I said, one of the things, and watching the Saw franchise again, dude. Nu metal needs to come back to horror. I need some Mudvayne. I need some fucking Cold Chamber. Like I need some Spine Shank. Get the fuck back to horror, boys.
2027 could be the year.
Well, someone has done a nu metal song for a horror film, but we will talk about that later. Because I can't say much. But we're going to move on to the next decade, to the 2010s. Right, well, 2010, kick us off.
Okay, I'm kicking us off with a film that I've not really seen anyone talk about. I've only watched it the once, but I'd love to give it a rewatch. And that is a film called Overlord.
What the I've never heard of this film.
So, Overlord is a film about, it's set in 1944, and it's just before D-Day, and American paratroopers, their plane gets shot down over enemy lines, and they find a Nazi Germany base where they're experimenting on people, and it goes from a war film to a zombie film where the infected are going after these paratroopers while they're behind enemy lines with Nazis.
J.J. Abrams produced it.
It's mental. I remember it is a crazy, crazy film.
I've never seen it. Yeah, so a funny thing is, J.J. Abrams, I very nearly stuck one of his films in the last decade. Because I'm a massive Cloverfield fan, but I was like, I can't put that above. That's like fourth. That's like honorary.
Yeah.
So, Overlord, you're number 3 of the 2010s. Yeah. What is your number 2, my friend?
Okay, number 2, again, is a film that I haven't heard many people talk about, but it's a British film called Ghost Stories.
Hold on, let me Google this. I feel like I've seen this.
It stars Andy Nyman, who helps write Darren Brown produce things. It's got Martin Freeman in it, Paul Whitehouse. Really good British cast.
This looks very familiar. The kid from Shut Up and Dance. The Black Mirror episode. Yeah, it's got Alex Lawther, his name is. Okay, what's this about? I feel like I've seen this.
It's so hard to describe without spoilers, but Andy Nyman plays like a paranormal investigator who goes to get a story from someone, and he relives people's tales of their paranormal activities. And it lives out.
You just can't stop mentioning it.
I know. And it takes you back through like 3 different people's perspectives of stories where strange things have happened.
That's cool as fuck. Andy Nyman. So he stars in it. He wrote the book.
Yeah.
He wrote the film and directed the film.
Yeah, he's so good in it as well.
Wow. Dude,
Paul
reading
Whitehouse's segment.
Yeah.
So Paul Whitehouse's segment in this scared the shit out of me when I first saw this film. I can still like see it in my brain now.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm reading some of it.
Really
do you know what? So whether or not I've seen this or not, I'm super interested in watching this again.
Yeah,
or maybe for the first time.
The ending is crazy. Right. Good film though. Good film.
So far we've had Ghost Stories and Overlord.
Yeah.
There we go. So Benjamin, what's your number 1 of the 2010s?
So my last one is going to be a shout out to my lovely fiance, because this was the first ever date that we went on. We went and saw this film.
Go on.
It is a film that started from a short film. I think it got uploaded to YouTube first, but the film is called Lights Out.
Oh, yes. It was I think the short film is still on YouTube, and the short film I remember really vividly because it's really low budget. But this is a great film.
And it's just where they flick the light switch off and you see like a shadowy monster, turn the light back on, it's gone off, etc., etc.
Well, it's basically it's like the Weeping Angels thing from Doctor Who, isn't it? So like it's that sort of premise. Big shout, man. Talk to me about it and your love of this film.
So it's just so vivid in my mind, not just because it was mine and Lauren's first ever date, but people were scared of the dark, whether they want to admit it or not. And this film really plays on, do you see a shadowy figure there? Do you not? Is it coming nearer to you? Is it going further away? And it's the power of not just switching your light on and off, but if there's a flicker from like car lights outside, is it a flicker from a neon light? And it makes you feel unsafe in the safest of places, like your own home, in your bedroom, tucked up in bed, like you are not safe. If you are somewhere in the dark, or if there is a shadow, you are in danger.
Have you ever considered going into sales? Because I want to watch this now. Because I said to you before, I was like, I did my list of 12 films, and I was like, I want to watch all 12 now. But now I just want to go watch Lights Out. Do you know what? I think I definitely saw it near its release. I think I watched it again maybe after, maybe like, it was probably after COVID. But it's one of those ones that I'll rewatch, and I'm like, because it's quite short. I think I just saw it's got quite a short runtime.
I think it's somewhere between an hour and 20 hour, 30 minutes. It's very snappy.
Yeah, and I think when you look at like that sort of time period as well, like that sort of like 2014 to 2017, that sort of time.
Yeah.
It was kind of very like swamped with, like we said, the Conjurings, the Insidiouses, Hereditary would have been around there. Yeah, so I feel like, because it was kind of lower budget, but I think it's like, I'm glad you said it, man, because I think it's one of those films that not many people think about when they think of this era of horror.
Yeah, it's really underrated. I really love it.
I love that, man. So your three were Overlord.
Yep.
Ghost Stories, and Lights Out. I love it. That's a good three.
Thank you. Let's hear your three for the 2010s.
So, my number three is a little film called Tusk.
Tusk.
And I think
pick.
Do you know what? I think when I said that, like, Scream has the right mix of horror, gore, humor. This is another one that does it so well, and it incorporates body horror as well, which is something that I didn't know I was actually like quite a big fan of. But I just love the absurdity of it.
It is mental. It is crazy.
Yeah, and what I love as well is that you've got Justin Long's character that is an absolute knobhead. And you actually kind of feel sorry for him, but then you're like, nah, he's kind of just now. Yeah, he's now just in a zoo eating fish. He hasn't got to pay taxes. He hasn't got to work. He's got quite a good life now. But yeah, Tusk is fucking phenomenal, man. It's like a regular rewatch in the Keane household.
It's definitely like a bit of a cult classic now as well, I feel.
Yes, and I remember there was like a weird time where this was on a lot of YouTubers like disturbing lists.
I think people just weren't used to body horror like that during that time.
I'd say so, and because it's so it's kind of juxtaposed. Fuck me, that was a big word to attempt. And to the humor that's in like the first half of the film to this kind of bleak body horror. I think that's why people don't enjoy it as much. But I think Tusk is a fucking amazing film.
A really good first pick.
Yeah. So
up next.
I mean, this was always going to come up, wasn't it? Number 2 is Terrifier.
I thought one of us was gonna do it. I expected you to, which is why it wasn't in one of the lists.
No, that's valid. Listen, like I like a slasher. I like a slasher that, I'm a big Michael Myers fan. That being Halloween, not Austin Powers. I am a big Austin Powers fan as well, but I'm a big Halloween fan. And I like a slasher that doesn't talk and just does shit. But I think just Terrifier as its own film, people rag on it for maybe not having the best dialogue, maybe not having the best effects, but you've got to think, this is another film that was made for 20 quid with like Damien Leone was doing everything on this. He was directing, editing, makeup. He was doing everything, and you've got like a relatively small cast that are doing quite a good job with what they're given.
I was just going to say, over here at Talk Scary to Me, we are huge Terrifier fans.
Yeah.
We love Art the Clown. He was always going to come up somewhere in this list, and I'm glad he did get an appearance.
Yeah, I think what it is as well is that first Terrifier is quite an easy watch, because it's, I think it's slightly longer than I thought it was. I think it is over an hour and a half. I might be wrong. But it's such an easy watch because once Dawn and Tara go into this abandoned apartment block, the movie doesn't really let up, and then you've got people getting shot in the face and people getting eaten and maybe sawn in half,
split down the middle.
Yeah, that does happen. But yeah, I think it's a fucking quality film. I love it. Can't wait for Terrifier 4.
Yeah, Terrifier 4. I swear to God, if we're not at some sort of event for that, the world will end. That's it. We have to be there.
Dude, if I'm not in Terrifier 4, I'm going to be pissed off. If I'm
you've heard it here first. Cameos for us, please.
Yeah. Not even for Ben, just for me.
Sure. The side with my Terrifier bath bag.
Yeah, still got 3 written on it. But also shout out to Catherine and Jenna who played Dawn and Tara in this. I met them a few months ago. They're fucking legends.
That is so sick.
But my
number one of the 2010s.
I may have mentioned it to you before. I literally have it tattooed on my arm. My number one for this decade is Midsommar. Yeah, and I think it's like I've said, I'm not a film reviewer. I'm just a dude who likes horror films. I wrote for my Letterboxd review of this. This is about as perfect as a horror film can get.
Oh wow! Okay, very high praise. What is it that you love about Midsommar so much?
The dude with the eyebrows gets his face cut off. No, I think 5 star. Yeah, 5-star. My guy gets his face removed. No, I just think it's not a short film, and it's not a particularly fast-paced film. But you've got Florence Pugh in the lead, who, I mean, kills it in everything. She's so fucking talented.
Yeah, this is so different for like her regular work as well.
Yeah, for sure. So this was a kind of... she was definitely the right person to get for this role, because you need someone who's incredibly emotive, and you need someone who you side with straight away. And I think you've got the beginning of this movie is so fucking harrowing with, spoiler alert, we probably should have said it earlier, but fuck it, this film came out 10 years ago, with the sister passing, and you are suddenly realizing that your main character and the person you're going to follow for the next couple hours has nothing. And it's an incredibly bleak film without feeling overwhelmingly bleak. And there's certain scenes that the cliff jump is fucking outstanding, because the whole cast get to flex their muscles in what they can do with their acting.
Yeah, I need to give this film a rewatch, and the cliff scene is one that definitely sticks in my mind as one of the most memorable scenes in the film, which is good because it obviously has that effect on you that sticks around for a long time. Even though I haven't seen the film for so long, that it's like it's burned into my brain.
Yeah, I think something else that I love about this film, I love it when you can have a film that feels almost like a complete package. So when you think about it, you're like, you've got the imagery of it. I think you straight away think of the end with the character of Danny in the May Queen outfit with the flowers and everything in front of the... Where is it?
The maypole?
Yeah, in front of the burning... Sorry, I got some fresh tats the other day that are really fucking gnarly. But yeah, in front of the little burning house. And I think that the whole imagery of it is so perfect. So yeah, that's my number one. I think if we were gonna, I mean, we may do it in the future. If we were ever gonna rank like top 5 horror films of all time, for me, I think this probably breaks it because I genuinely love this film.
No, it's to hear you speak about it like that, because it's a film that we haven't actually really discussed together before, I don't think. So
no.
To hear you speak on it now, it deserves another rewatch from me. So I'll definitely get around to doing that very, very soon. So
my guy,
recapping, your 3 of the 2010s were Tusk, which still makes me laugh.
Yeah,
Terrifier, and
Midsommar. Exactly that.
3 good films, 3 completely different films as well.
I didn't even realize how different they all were. All right, so I'll do my third place for the 2020s. Yes. I couldn't go another 10 minutes without mentioning him. It's Terrifier 3. He's back. But he wouldn't say that because he doesn't talk.
No.
He'd just do some fucking silly dance and, I don't know, pull your nails off individually. Yeah, dude. So we said earlier, this isn't about best. This is about favorite. And fuck me, this is one of my favorite films of all time because it's so fun. It's so much
really
fun.
Good.
And it's David Howard Thornton doing what he does best. It's Lauren Rivera being arguably top 3 final girls of all time.
The final girl of final girls, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I think when this tough to call it a trilogy because Terrifier 1 through 4 is going to be the trilogy, but once the character of Sienna is done, I think arguably Lauren Rivera is going to go down as top 3 final girls of all time. Yeah, and I know that you, motherfucker, got to see this film before me.
Yes.
I feel like you have to give your opinion on this film as well.
Like you say, this film is so much fun. I think you would agree as well. I think it's the perfect mix and blend of the first 2 films.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And this film franchise seems to keep going from strength to strength. The character of Art, for me, is definitely going to go down as one of the most iconic horror characters of all time. Even now, before even the full films come out, because he is just... Once that film came out, he was everywhere. People were getting the sunflower sunglasses. People were dressing up as him at Comic-Con. And again, we forget that the Terrifier franchise started off from a short film as well, All Hallows Eve. And to see that it's now... Like, the budget for it keeps getting bigger and bigger. Terrifier 3 had some of the most fun and creative kills. It didn't hold back when it came to, like, killing children, for example. That seems to be something that always gets swerved with horror films, or the brutality of it, the creativity of it. And the thing I think I love the most is that it is a Christmas film. We get Santa Art, and it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, my Christmas day, I was really going to ruin Christmas for the family because I was going to double bill Krampus straight into Terrifier 3, but I thought,
oh my god,
I thought I'm just going to ruin Christmas and everyone will be sad. So yeah, my number 3.
You'll be having a good time,
mate. I'll be having the best time in the world. So Terrifier 3 is my number 3 of the 2020s.
Brilliant choice.
What is yours?
My number 3 is a film that only came out last year. Again, I got to see this early at an early screening, and that is Good Boy.
Whoa, okay. Sick shout. Okay, I love that.
I just absolutely love that this film has very little dialogue in it. It's from the perspective of a dog, so it's about a dog and...
It's because the dog can't speak, Ben. You fucking idiot. The dog can't speak.
Scooby-Doo speaks.
Alright, fair. Yeah, you got me there. Yeah, he does.
Minimal dialogue because the owner is obviously in the film. But it's from the perspective of a dog. So the creativity of the camera work in it, the fact that it is an actual dog in the film performing the acting work and the stunts is amazing. And I think the lighting in this film, the sound design in this film, mixed with it's a film that really plays on atmosphere and your reactions to the surroundings of what's going on around you, because a lot of the camera work is down low, like I said, from the perspective of a dog, and it makes you question if for any dog owners out there that, you know, sometimes their dog will just react. You'll be all sitting in the front room and it'll be laying down, it'll somehow get up and like look over somewhere. Could this be happening in your house? Who the fuck knows? But I loved this film, and I don't think enough people have gone to see it.
Yeah, this had the difficulty of coming out in an absolutely fucking monumental year for horror. 2025 was unbelievably good.
Huge.
And I really enjoyed Good Boy. Did you ever see the video I did with my brother-in-law's dog, Lolly?
I don't think so.
I'll chuck it on the screen. So I was chatting to Vertigo, who were the distributor, and we wanted to do some promo for Good Boy. And my brother-in-law's dog looks very similar to Indy. So we got in touch with our local cinema, and James and the team were fucking quite class there. They let us take Lolly in and like actually wander around the cinema, and like it was really
cool.
really nice day, man. So yeah, dude, and I'm sometimes with these kind of lower budget films, they don't always get a massive release, particularly over here in the UK. If you're not in London, sometimes films like this can be quite hard to catch. So Vertigo were cool enough to send me a screener. So me and Mel watched it at home, and we're watching it off a laptop. And do you know what? Even on a tiny screen, I really liked it because, like you said about the lighting, it looks phenomenal. It's a really good.
It's so
film.
well done.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film, and Indy's such a good boy. And
oh God.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah, the way films make you tug on your heartstrings for a dog, imagine it just being a full film about a dog trying to survive a horror scenario.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I can't remember who it was. There was a horror awards show actually gave Indy an honorary Best Boy award. I'll have to look it up. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, so Indy's the best boy. So, so we've gone Terrifier 3 and Good Boy.
Yes.
2 fucking great films. Do you want to do number 2?
Yes, number 2 is a film that I still have such a vivid memory of when a particular scene happened in the cinema, and that film is The Invisible Man.
Would you perhaps be talking about a scene in a dining institution?
It would absolutely be that scene, yes.
Unbelievable. I really like this film as well.
That, like you said, that restaurant scene, the audible gasps in my cinema screen when you just saw the knife come up and then slit her throat, fly over into her hand. Everyone was just like, "What the fuck has just happened?"
Yeah,
like the entire screen.
We had a very similar experience here, so I missed it completely in theaters. So we watched it. Me and Mel watched it with her parents, and there's the four of us in the sitting room, and that scene. Yeah, it's already a quiet room anyway, but that scene happens, and somehow the room just gets quieter. And I'm not the biggest lover of when horror movies use technology, because I think it's a real make or break sort of thing. Because if you make the horror element too logical, or you have it something, you have something to do with technologies or computers, it can kind of take away from it. But having the reveal of this invisible man being, it's something to do with technology, it's not paranormal, it's actually practical in a sense.
Suit.
I really like this film, and Handmaid's Tale is fucking amazing in this film. Forgive me, I can't remember her name.
Her performance in this is so good. Like, she's so maniacal. she really gets questioned about her own sanity in the film, and spoilers, whatever, who cares? The fact that she does actually get sent to like an insane asylum here just goes to show how much she just went on this steep slope of trying to get out of an abusive relationship and not being able to escape it, even in like a solitary confinement situation.
Yeah, Elizabeth Moss, that's it. I'm not just going to say
she is brilliant. Yeah,
I'm not just going to call her Handmaid's Tale, but yeah, I really like it. And again, it's underrated because even though it's got a reasonably big cast and it was kind of everywhere for a little bit, I do think it's underrated as fuck. So Invisible Man.
That is my number 2 of the 2020s. What is your number 2 of the 2020s?
My number 2 is from a franchise I've already brought up. It's not Terrifier 2, don't worry. But it is Saw X, also known as Saw 10. Yeah. I adore this film because I've said before, man, like one of my favorite horror characters of all time is John Kramer. And one of the things that, particularly, like I said, I'm rewatching it. One thing that you kind of realize is you're not meant to agree with John, and you're not meant to think that John is to be in any way correct. He's a villain. He is a serial killer.
You should root for the bad guy.
You absolutely shouldn't. But this, whether it's the storytelling, the script, or it's arguably Tobin Bell's performance as well. Saw X is an unbelievable character piece of John Kramer, and to have it between Saw 1 and Saw 2 in a setting that is nothing we've ever seen in a Saw film before. It's entirely based in like a warehouse in Mexico.
Yeah.
And you've got an amazing performance from John. Shawnee Smith is back as Amanda, who is one of my favorite horror characters of all time.
The classics. Yep.
I love her. And also like the whole trap plot with the people who fuck John over is amazing. And it kind of, where the Saw films kind of got a little bit more, particularly as they got to like the end of their run, particularly Saw 3D and Jigsaw, they almost became slanderized in a sense that like Saw 3D is basically what people think the first Saw is. But I could talk about this film for fucking hours. I believe you've seen it, haven't you?
I have, yeah. It was one of the coolest posters when it got released as well, with like the eye tubes crossing over.
I love it. Yeah, and for that to be so not even a real trap is actually genius. I really liked it.
Yeah, the marketing behind it was really good, and Saw was, it was a pretty strong franchise anyway, and it still drags people back in because people want to see the creativity of what situations people have to get out of, and it also questions yourself as, would I be able to handle getting out of those situations personally?
Yeah, the answer is 99% of the time. The answer is no. Like, I'm not being funny. I might look scary sometimes, but I'm not cutting my leg off. I'm not stabbing myself in the eye. I'm not cutting my own brain. Just fucking kill me. Like, it's, but for Saw X, I do genuinely think it is one of the best entries. I'd argue it's probably the best entry in the whole franchise since probably Saw 3.
Yeah, the middle does get a bit convoluted.
Yeah, particularly, and I'm going to talk you into doing an entire Saw podcast because I genuinely love it. But yeah, there are films like Saw 5 isn't particularly great. Saw 3D is a fucking travesty. Jigsaw's awful. Spiral's not great.
Still mental that they got like Samuel Jackson in that as well.
Yeah, dude, Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson, they kick ass in that film as well. So good. So,
and I love Samuel Jackson as well.
What a motherfucker! I love Mace Windu. I always wanted a purple lightsaber, but we'll talk more about that later.
Okay, good.
Right, so I will go with my number one.
Yes, we're getting to the number one of the 2020s, our last picks.
So now I have spoken about my love of not this series, but of this specific film.
Okay.
And that is Pearl.
Wow, okay. Going down the Ti West X trilogy.
Absolutely. I think this is, it's my favourite film of the decade so far. I think Mia Goth's performance is fucking phenomenal. I think it's the best in the trilogy by a mile as well. And I think it's just so iconic, and that performance from Mia Goth is incredible.
Yeah, obviously the end scene, the end credits of her just maniacally smiling directly down the camera, the way that she held that out, which you can tell isn't a camera trickery, it's not like they've paused the frame or anything like that, is crazy work.
Yeah, it probably didn't feel good either.
No, I mean, her face must have been it must have felt like she'd done a workout after that.
Yeah, why do you think I just don't smile most of the time? Because it hurts. Yeah, so I think this is going to be. I think it's kind of going to go down the route of being a bit more of a cult classic, because my biggest criticism of this Ti West trilogy is it feels very disconnected from each other, particularly Maxine.
Maxine
I rewatched
is by far the worst.
I would say so. I mean, I think it's because it feels like too much of a X was good, and it felt more special after Pearl because they basically got released back to back. They're in exactly the same location. I think Pearl is by far one of the coolest films, and it's my favorite of the 2020s so far. Mate, I was just too busy planning to get. Oh, I've got that. I've got it tattooed on my leg. Yeah, I've literally
phenomenal performance though from Mia Goth.
Hold on, am I going to fall over here?
Oh, get your legs out. Whoa, there we are.
Yeah, just next to my Five Nights at Freddy's one.
Take them off. Take them off.
Do you know what? I very nearly just had a horrible accident. Right, so my number one of this decade so far is Pearl.
Brilliant choice.
Benjamin's box office.
Yes.
What's your number one?
So, again, I stated at the start of this that it's not necessarily my favourite, because if I was going to, I'd probably say Nosferatu. Last year was huge for horror films. Yeah, Nosferatu, Sinners, of course, was out. But I am going for one of my favourite films of the decade, not just horror, across the board. I love this film so much, and that is Godzilla -1.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Oh my god. So good. I think his atomic breath scene, like the first time he uses it in this film, is genuinely one of the best cinematic experiences I've ever had. When I went to see this at my local Cineworld, I think we saw it in IMAX. When he literally charges it up and it literally goes like and does like an atomic explosion in the background, my whole cinema screen went dead silent, and we was all just sitting there, goosebumps. I'm like, the destruction we're seeing on screen is mental. And I think Godzilla swimming in the water after them in the boat is also the scariest we've ever seen Godzilla as well. With his face like just above the water as he's like swirling behind them. Yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah, one of my biggest like cinema regrets. Like, there's certain films that I regret maybe not being at like a midnight showing, maybe not catching it on a bigger screen. -1 is by far one of my biggest regrets that I didn't see it in theaters, because what a fucking experience. It's definitely was definitely made with that in mind. But I think sometimes, I mean, we've come so accustomed to these. You probably know the terminology better than me. Like these, any film that has these massive creatures in, like your King Kongs, Godzillas, Cloverfield,
like the MonsterVerse.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Like, you sometimes forget how fucking terrifying that would be. Like, I'm looking out my window now. If fucking Godzilla was out there, like, I'd have a very different reaction to a lot of people in action films. But what I liked about -1 is, like you said, it genuinely felt scary.
Yeah. I think what's so scary about it, and I love the concept of the film of it's Japan still trying to recover from the war, and just as like they're trying to push on through that, they now have this next thing that's come along and is fucking up even further. That's why it's called -0, -1, because that's what they feel like. That it was the atomic bombs that America dropped on them, which was the cause of Godzilla growing to the size he did. And for a country that was still trying to get through that together, to now face a threat of something that they can't do anything about, they can't fight back against it, is a real scary situation to be in.
Yeah, Godzilla's just the fucking coolest, man, as well. Like,
so cool.
I love him, man. Like, out of all these like gigantic monsters, he's had so many iterations, and I think what really goes in its favor is the iteration of Godzilla that we get in -1 is one of the coolest ever. You had that really shit one in maybe 2003,
the Matthew Broderick one.
Maybe the one where he looked more like a T-Rex and he was actually
where
quite
he's in New York.
Small. Yeah, that was dog shit.
Yeah.
And then there was, but I did really like the. You probably know the director. It was the one with Bryan Cranston. So it would have been
Bryan Cranston, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Maybe 2012, 2013, where Godzilla was genuinely fucking massive. I really like that. But I think the Godzilla we get in -1 is probably my personal favourite.
And I also love the fact that it won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects, because the team, they put in so much work on it, and for it to be, a foreign-speaking film as well with a very small team, small budget, they put their heart and soul into that film, and it looks amazing as well. It is fantastic.
It's phenomenal. What a fucking shout for your number one, though. That's fucking great. I would have never have thought of that. But yeah, that's nearly 40 years of horror films. And all this because I chose to have a birthday.
You had a birthday and was like, right,
I did.
Let's talk about the last 31 years and discuss our favourite films from them. But now, everyone has 24 film recommendations, if they haven't seen any of them, to go and watch them.
We do. And we also have films to watch, because there were some of yours that I hadn't watched. Some of mine that you definitely had. So, do you know what? Let's get the fuck out of it, Ben.
Yes, thank you very much for watching. This has been Talk Scary to Me. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment down below maybe your favourite from each of the decades as well. Do you match any of ours? Maybe you got some new ones. Recommend to us some of your favourite films from the past 4 decades. But I have been Ben. He has been Ryan.
I was just going to leave you hanging, brother.
Yeah, thanks, Pat. We'll see you next time.